the question of the day. Does this video make the cut? we so I'm doing this video is I noticed most of my videos that get more views are ones that you can learn more from. The ones where I'm not doing nothing don't get a lot of views. So come on, chick, get in the camera. Come on. There's a cat over there. Oh, you can't even see her. She's snorting at a cat. Oh, the cat's playing with the... Oh, it's the goat playing with the plastic bag, and the horse is getting... Hey, leave that alone. Get out of there. Animals getting into everything. Come on. Get over here. Chick, get in the camera. We're live video. We're doing a video. Come on. You're the star of the show. I noticed in one of my videos, in some of my videos, I'm walking around like an old man. And I'm like, dang, I am getting old. I was watching the video how I walk. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to walk like I'm old. And you know why? Because I am. This is dumb. I'm training a 2-year-old horse and roofing houses. And when I was 20, it was a good idea, but I like doing physical labor. I like it. And it was a good idea when I was 20. So now I'm walking around because I coughed and it hurt my back. It's like, so really, how'd you hurt your back? It's like, I coughed. That's really how I hurt my back. So, I don't know, laid around yesterday. Lay around too much, it gets sore. Do too much, it gets sore. And I don't know what to do anymore. Just takes so freaking long. Like, I hurt my leg last year. Don't know how I hurt it, but I couldn't bend my leg all year. And I don't even know how I hurt it. And now that's not hurting no more. So, what are we doing? Well, I got my horse out. Lost track of the days I haven't handled her. So I didn't ride her yesterday. I rode her the day before. I think that's when I did that video of me walking around on her. And I rode her the day before that because I loped her. And, but I think she might have went 2 days without me riding her. Can't remember. But, so this is the reason why I'm bringing that up is because she's had some time. I'm pretty sure it's been 2 days. And so the one time, I haven't never missed more than, like 1 day a week. But I think it's good to have a couple days off for them. Because like me, I've never done this before, so I don't know. I've watched videos of people talking about, 20 minutes is enough, and then how many days a week, and the days off, and all the science behind, getting out a bunch of horses and seeing what works best. And every horse is going to be a little bit different, but kind of just seeing overall what works best for the horses for time off and how much time you put on them and all that stuff. So the only way you can do something like that is having thousands of horses and 30 years of experience. But So rather than me having, 30 years of experience, I just listen to people that know what they're doing and what they say, what they think is the best. And the 20-minute thing, and this is why I try not to say too much because, like I said, I've never done this before. But also, what's really hard is trying to learn how to do something from the people out there teaching you. And, I've been roofing for 35 years. I watch videos on roofing, and I'm like, good luck trying to learn that trade online. Just like horses. And I'm not saying I know everything, but I forgot to brush her back. I'm not saying I know everything, because obviously I don't. But it's the thing is any trade. I don't care what it is: doctors, lawyers, police, roofers, framers, horse trainers. It doesn't matter what trade it is. You're going to get, and I suppose some trades have better percentages than others, but just figure about 10% of people that actually are good. And the rest are just kind of filling the gaps. I'm on a professional roofing page, and they had a picture of a leak on a house. And so, and the funny thing is the way the architects draw the house up for this spot that's a problem on a lot of houses. And then, so they draw it up wrong. The framer frames it wrong. And then the roofer roofs it wrong. So then you get a picture online of somebody asking a question. It's leaking there. Is it snow buildup? I can tell you this with my experience is people talk a lot about ice buildup and stuff leaking. It's kind of rare that you'll get a leak if it's done right. Not saying it can't happen, but it's pretty rare, even with snow and ice building up, for things to leak. You do have every situation is a little different. Because everything's kind of, when you're roofing something right, it's all pretty tight together, where even if you sprayed it with a garden hose, it couldn't really get in. So, and I learned from the best, and then a lot of it is, I'll tell you this is something you need to really listen to. This is important. What happens, employees, bosses. Okay, so I'm going to teach you something kind of important. Kind of talking to the younger generation. What happens is if you're an employee and the boss knows how to do everything, so then you ask the boss for help, he gets better, you don't, because he's doing it. So any problem that comes up, it doesn't matter what it is, the boss has to figure it out or he goes out of business. It's that simple. So when you go through life figuring things out, your brain starts to do it faster. So it's like you need to not ask the boss for help. One, never ask him to do it for you. You can always ask for, it's quicker if somebody shows you how to do something and knows how to do it. So you do want to do that, but you don't want them to do it for you. And checking the drama queen. We got some pretty good stuff going right here. I don't even have it in a hole yet, because she's a drama queen. Talked about that on my one video. So what happens is the boss gets better because he's figuring out, and when you're teaching somebody something, you get better because you're thinking about how everything works, and then you're showing somebody how to do it. So you get better when you're teaching. And then, like me, you see anybody around here helping me out? I got to figure it out. And that's what I'm saying about life. I've been figuring it out. That's what I do on every job. Is figure it out. And to this point with roofing 35 years later, I get the picture on the computer of the house. I already know why it's leaking and what's wrong. All I need to do is be able to see the distance so I know what size ladder to bring. And I know why it's leaking before I even put a ladder up if you send me a picture of what's leaking, because they all leak in the same spots. Everything's done wrong in the same areas. And with horses, it's kind of the same thing. Everything works the way it works the same way. You have two different things going on. So when a horse backs up like that, we can talk about that. So I've had some videos of her backing up. I can tell you this for a fact. Like right there, I don't think her mind was backing up I can't really explain it to you, but when you're sitting on a horse and they back up without you asking them, they get kind of locked into the back up. Or mostly when you're starting them. Usually, I don't think my horse really ever does that. Her mom ever really does that. I think she can, but so I'm going to try and get this to the first hole without her doing drama queen. It's like, oh my God, you're tightening the saddle. Let me make something out of nothing. And that's what I've realized, what was happening with saddling her, bridling her, riding her, and since she's been 2. And what I realized is that the things that I'm seeing that are tough with her or make me work more is she makes up drama. So it took me, since she's been born to figure that out. She's a really good horse. She's really, really loving and happy and very friendly and likes to be with you and has a lot of good qualities. I mean, so many good qualities, it'd be hard to get her. If somebody wanted to buy her, it'd be pretty hard to get her, it's like my dog. People have tried to buy him. You got to get out your wallet. I'm not saying stuff ain't for sale, but try to price it too high so I don't lose my animal. But so you got to just figure it out. And then when you need help, you need to ask. And if you're working with somebody that knows that's how I got good at roofing, is I had a boss that knew how to do everything. And so now when I do jobs, tearing them off, installing them, loading the roofs, just all the stuff, not just shingling, but all the stuff around the job site is the fastest way to do it. Because I learned from him. I didn't figure anything out. Oh, see, I just did that and hurt my back. And then with horses I'm not figuring anything out, okay? But when I go to a roof job, I have to figure out, I have to tear off for like 15 minutes to see how the shingles are coming off. What way is going to be the fastest. And then where to get the truck and figure out, how to make it productive for what it is. Same thing with the horses. I didn't figure anything out. But what I'm doing as I'm working with this one, my first time ever, and I'm just doing a lot of talking because I'm pretty good at it. So, and I'm older, so I've had a little bit of life experiences. So, I'm just trying to help people learn something. So I didn't figure anything out with working with horses. I watched Bill Thomas Performance Horses do what he does. He told me different things to do. I did it by myself. Nobody telling me what to do. Right or wrong, I'm paying attention to the horse. And this is the thing that drives me a little bit nuts on the online, any of the people talking about horse training. This is what Bill Thomas Performance Horses, Saginaw, Michigan told me. This is what he taught me. This is the golden key to everything. He said to me, you have to figure out the brain. That's what he said. That's what he taught me. He didn't tell me, he didn't explain it to me, which he for sure could. No doubt about that. He could explain to me all the stuff he told me and why and what and how, and he has some things. But, so I'm watching him doing the stuff that he told me to do, figuring out what it does, how, what, when, where, why, because my brain is like, we're kind of similar on how we study things. We're always looking for a better way. He's looking at me going, is this guy figuring something out? I'm looking at him. He asks people that do different kind of disciplines, he's like, is there anything you guys do that would work good for the reining? And so he's always studying, trying to learn. And that's how, and with a horse, it's like every horse is a little bit different. So when I get my horse out, this is why I don't put nothing on her. She's literally falling asleep right now. I took the blanket off in the camera. I'm pretty confident that this horse is not going to kill me. Okay? And this is all I'm doing today, is spending time with my horse. I'm just getting her out. I could not do this for a long time. I couldn't even walk her down the road because I couldn't handle her, because I figured she's a drama queen. She makes stuff out of nothing. And so what I'm doing in this talking thing is I'm really being really super careful on this drama queen cinching up the saddle. Like, oh my God, the amount of time I got to spend getting that saddle tight enough for me to ride. I tightened it down a little bit tight when I started riding her in case she did, so the saddle wouldn't move a lot and I could but I didn't tighten it down that tight. I see people tighten them down a lot tighter. And I also had in my past, when I go trail riding, not tighten it down enough to where I'm just going to be sitting on my horse. I don't need it tight, make it comfortable, because I want my animals to be comfortable. And then I was going down the hill, and the saddle slid way up here on the horse's neck. And we were going down the hill, and I didn't know. I couldn't even tell the saddle had done that. And her mom, I'm trying to make her go, because she's like stopping, because, the saddle's up on her neck. And I get down on the bottom of the hill, and I'm just cracking up like, man, I got a good horse, And that's a good horse. So all this stuff I'm telling you, figuring it out, coming out here, just spending time with my horse. And, I don't want to ride her and talk because I can't focus as much. But let's see how her feet are doing. Let's just do something right. I don't usually do this, but my horses, and I don't have to see how I can do that. My back hurts. So I can't be manhandling my horse at all. I need her to kind of do this for me. Now, the front feet are sweet. The back feet, they're good, but I'm not smart enough. I figured out the front feet, how to do everything, but the back feet, I haven't really taught her a specific cue to pick her back feet up. I've just a lot of people go way down here to pick it up, and I see some people come up to this spot right here in the middle, so you can see in the camera. I kind of like that because I don't have to bend over as far. I'm lazy. Okay, I don't want to do any work at all. A man, You find the laziest man you can, and he will get it done right the first time, because one, he doesn't want to do it again, and he's going to find the easiest way to do it because he don't want to work. So lazy guys are kind of the best. And I'm super lazy. Okay, I'll work 20 hours straight through, but man, am I trying to not do it twice. So, and I don't want to do any work. And that's why that brings up a great point to having a trainer, Bill Thomas Performance Horses specifically, to find a horse for you. Because they don't want to work. If they find a horse for you, they're going to find one where they don't have to work. Okay? And that's a blessing for both of you. Because he can do a little bit, you can do a little bit, and then you can go ride your horse. You guys go out there and try to pick out your own horses and love the color or something and say, but I love her, make her good. Well, yeah, he can make her good, but then when you take her home and she sets for 3 months, can you ride the horse then? That's the key. That's the only way to find out what kind of horse you got, because when you start them, you don't know for sure what you got. I mean, you can make them good and then let them set for 3 months, get them out. Like I let her set for 2 days. I get her out. You know, I'm about 100% confident I could set her, she could set for 3 months at the point where I got her mentally now. I could probably leave her alone for 3 months and get out there, get some fresh off or whatever, and get on and ride her because her mind's solid. So you need to have, and he picked her mom out for me. He asked me if I was serious about getting a horse. He had all my money already in his pocket. So it was like, it wasn't even a question. And as soon as I said that to him, I think he already had the horse in mind. And then he's like, I got a horse for you. And his 2-year-old hardly, just started. But my personality is, I don't need a finished horse. I didn't even want a finished horse. I needed a horse that was going to go until it dies. And I've never one time, there was a few times I get things in my life and I'm like, man, I need to just get rid of my horses. But then it's like, what do I got after that? So I kept them. But he's like, man, you might not get another one like her. And boy, I'll tell you what, that didn't really register the day he did that, the day he said that. But now at this point, it's like, man, I'm glad I didn't get rid of her because, man, she gave me this baby that's, drama queen. The drama queen that I didn't think I was going to be able to ride because I figured out, that's what I've kind of learned of these 2 months I've been working with her is that she kind of makes a big deal out of nothing. And that's why I was like, when I was working with her, that's what I was frustrated about. Now that right there, okay, let's talk about that. When you're getting horses ready to pick their feet up, I watched a video on the guy teaching horses to pick their feet up. Do what I'm telling you to do, okay? When you're picking a horse's foot up, and their head's up here, so I wasn't looking. I just picked her feet up because she's good. If you pick a horse's foot up and they lower their head, put the foot down. That horse just relaxed, okay? It just got mentally soft. And so you give that horse's foot back and it says, this horse is going to say, wow, if I can relax a little bit, they're going to give me my foot back. And I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm just talking. But I watch videos on, people trying to get the feet picked up. And then they go right to trying to pick the feet up. And it's like, no, this right here, the feet have nothing to do with picking the feet up. It's inside the head. This is the part that frustrates me about people talking about trying to get a horse to pick its feet up. And all they're doing, they tie the rope on the horse's foot, tie it up so it can't get it back, force it to make it pick its foot up. And it has nothing, it's all in the head. Okay? It has nothing to do with the feet at all. If you have a horse that's going to kick you and kill you and you're not willing to kill an animal, because they need to know. Like, this is serious. They need to understand that if you try to kill me, we're not keeping animals around that are gonna kill people. Okay? I love my animals, and I'm gonna do everything I can do to keep them alive. My dogs specifically. Man, the stress of keeping him to not bite somebody and to be good because I love him so much I don't want to put him down. But will I if he is a bad animal? Yeah. And some are just that way. I mean, you're talking very, very, very few. I mean, it's really, really a low. Mostly it's just because of the way they've been trained. But, that's an energy that people don't talk about, the brain, and why I can pick horses' feet up and stuff like that is because it's a herd. If you're out in the herd, then they push each other around and figure out the pecking order. You got to kind of get the animal to understand that, I want you to stay alive. I love you, and I'm going to be good to you. But you cannot do things to hurt me. And I was on a horse, man. I had a lot of time with this animal. And I mean a lot, like 40-hour weeks. And it had like I'm scared of heights. It had a fear in its mind. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was, but it would go to reacting and get scared. And it started to come unglued a little bit when I was on it. And because I had such a relationship with the horse, and I'm not telling you this is right or wrong, or I don't know what I'm talking about. We looked at each other in the eyes, and I was like, you better be good. And it was splitting some serious hairs about me riding a 90 and that horse coming back. And that horse looked at me, and our eye contact was, that horse was telling me, I'm trying to be good, but this is too much for me. And it's just getting to know the animal. Chick, I'm talking a lot here, but I had a really good relationship with that horse. I mean, we got along good. And I seen some videos a long time ago. They said, don't make eye contact. I don't know what that's all about. That makes no sense to me personally. I think Monty Roberts said, and he's an amazing horse trainer. I got nothing to take away from him as far as, he's good. I think when you look at their eyes, that sends them away from you, like it's a wild horse thing, I'm not sure, but I look them in the eyes when I'm serious about staying alive, and I get some eye contact with the soul. And we made some eye contact, and that horse looked at me like, man, I'm trying, but this is too much for me. I don't know. And it didn't. It came around for me, but I'm just talking about stuff. The mind of the horse that nobody talks about, and how important it is to get this done so that you can get your animal out 2 days later and come in and just have them know, have them be comfortable. This horse is comfortable. Now here, let's talk about that. If you got a horse and you're a trainer and you got horses in stalls where they can't get out and move around, they're going to need to get out and get some fresh off them. I don't know why you would expect a horse to sit in a stall and then not want to move when it gets out. And I'm all for just putting them in the round pen, if you got one, and just letting them freely move about. Because my horses ain't allowed. My horses are not allowed. Once I put a halter and lead line on them, they are not allowed to buck, kick, push me around, do anything. And she's a drama queen, so I was like, man, I couldn't get her to do that forever. I was like, holy crap, I'm not going to be able to ride this horse. She's thinking doing this. Okay, she wasn't reacting. And that's kind of what I'm talking about about reading the horse is like, is the horse doing something out of reaction, or is the horse doing it and thinking? Well, she was bucking and standing up. You can watch the video I put on there. When I first brought her here, I kissed her to lope off, and she did. I said, whoa, she turned and faced me. But in between all that, she was kicking, bucking, standing up, but she was listening to me, doing what I told her to do. She wasn't reacting. She was just drama queening it to the full extent. And so when I'm seeing her, because they're not going to, I think we all know this, if a horse is reacting and you cue them to lope or say whoa, if they're reacting, they're not going to do any of that. They're not thinking. But I cued her to lope. She loped. I said whoa. She turned and faced me. She was listening to me thinking, being the drama queen she is. Okay. And so I'm like, she's thinking doing this. I can't stop her from reacting and get that to go away. I hope that makes sense. And so they don't talk about the mind like this. Like, this is the kind of stuff where it's like, and for me to really talk about it, I have to be working with an animal for a long time. Like with her, figuring out she's a drama queen. Okay? Now, okay, before we do this, I got the bridle on me. Watch the drama queen. This is her being a drama queen. This is a perfect example. See? Now watch. I'm showing you drama queen. I'm glad I figured this out, because it took me till a couple weeks ago to figure this out. Okay, now, I've bridled her perfectly every time, not hitting her teeth, being gentle. And she's a drama queen. Chick. Now watch. Watch this. I don't know what she's going to do. Come on. I don't know if she's going to do this or not, but anyway, I'm not really ready to get on her anyway. Come on. Come over here. Come over here. Now I'm just figuring out. This is me figuring it out. Chick! See, if I had something on her, she's in a perfect spot for me to get on her. But I'm trying to get her to, like, so if I stand facing this way, so that way when I'm out in the middle of something, this is a part I've struggled with this, is getting them to come up to the way I'm facing. I get her to come up, and she's like where I need her to be exactly for my foot to go in the stirrup without moving. She's perfect. But I want to be able to turn my body and be like, come up to my... And so that's just the kind of stuff where it's like, but okay, so look at the drama queen. I figured this out by her doing the head tossing and things like that. And then bridling her. I bridled her perfectly every time. Very, very high level skill, careful, to not get her, just to do it the right way, like you would do with any horse. Now I got it in my hand, and she's going to move. I guarantee you. Chick. Now, this is where she's drama queen in it. I waited for her to make the mistake. And this is why my horse's mind is, because I knew she was going to do that. So I did not hurry up and put the bridle on her on purpose, because she's a drama queen. And this is why it takes longer with her, because she's a drama queen. And now that I've figured that out, I can laugh about it, because I'm doing everything right. And I could be aggressive. Hey, she's starting to fall asleep. We got to get her woke up. I got to get her woke up. She's got to seriously wake up. I've been talking too long. Now with her collection, the way she collects, it's hard to tell if she's going to buck. She humped up pretty good there, but I'm pretty sure she was getting collected. There's a fine line between bucking and collecting. Got to get her woke up. Now, the reason, if I explain to you the mind and how all that worked, you could really start to understand how to get a horse to mind. Really good. Like, I'm not explaining that to you, but it has so much more stuff like this right here. Has so much, well, it's everything to do with the mind. It has nothing to do with how many times it's just all 100%. They don't explain to you how to see, like this horse is a worst example of how to get something done really fast because she's a drama queen. And she makes something out of nothing. Like tightening the cinch. Oh my God. The way I have to tighten it on her to not have her be drama is way different than I would do it on a horse that I'm starting. Like, and she's already started. But I had her, I don't know. She's a drama queen. And I for sure, and I always done this anyway with anything I do with her. Getting her to bridle and be good just like I just did, where I waited for her to be bad. I 100% did what I did in the camera that you can't see was change her mind. And one, I woke her up too because she was starting to fall asleep. But chick, we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Now I'm going to do we'll see if I'm going to do any mind control. See, I waited to see what she would do. They don't explain this. I could explain to you exactly what I'm doing to her brain. And why I waited. Now I want her to get in front of me, so I'm going to do some training. So now, pretty easy to do this kind of stuff. The things that they don't explain to you when you're teaching a horse to bridle, when you're teaching them to saddle, and this is all after the fact of starting them. Okay, it's all after the fact of starting them. Because starting a horse and training a horse, and this is what she's teaching me this stuff. As you won the drama queen stuff. It's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with my horse. She's a drama queen. I just got to work through the drama, do things a little bit different, and understand that she's going to make something out of nothing, and I don't have to be frustrated about it. I just can laugh at it because, where I'm at with her right now has shown, if this ain't showing me that she's going to get good, I don't know, nothing will. So I tightened her saddle like, I don't know, I think I did it like 6 different times, tightening it a little bit at a time so she wouldn't pick her foot up and be a drama queen. But that's when I realized it's like I'm saddling her the same way I've saddled 5 other horses, like I don't have a lot of experience. And she's started being a drama queen about it, just like bridling her. Like everything is going perfect. It's like all of a sudden she's like, oh, I need to do some drama queen stuff so I can get better and learn. And that's what I am doing. And so talking a lot about stuff, but The biggest thing, my biggest frustration is understanding the horse's mind now to where I'm at. And nobody, they're like, just flap the flag until they quit moving. Just put a rope on the foot and pick it up until they stop kicking. Just tie their head around until they quit bucking. Yeah, that stuff works. I get it. That's why people do it, because they don't know how the mind works. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm just telling you. I'm going to change the horse world. Bill Thomas Performance Horses, he needs to be online teaching you guys the brain, because he is the reason why I understand what I understand. Holy crap, I'd have never figured this stuff out without him. Not in a million years. I don't care, and I'm smart. I'm not just smart. I'm not smart at all, actually. I study. I'm dumb as anybody can be, but I study. So then I start to learn. And boy, when I prayed to God for somebody to be the best in the world, I think God knows what he's doing. I think he's got a pretty good idea. And I think he's blessed by God. You know, it's like I could never in a million years ask for somebody. There ain't nobody better than him. Now, do they get better horses? Yeah. Does he get frustrated sometimes because he knows how good he is and you don't get a horse that can go to his level? He gets pieces of horses that go to his level, but the whole package with the mind and everything. And I've seen him do some pretty good stuff with some pretty good horses, and he don't necessarily get scored like I think he should, because of how I understand Willingly Guided and what he's doing at the level he's doing it at. I don't feel like he gets scored for that because they don't understand the mind of the horse and what he's doing. I almost like, them judges, I tell you, I appreciate them. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm not one, because holy crap, you get 10 rides that are so similar. How do you figure out the difference? It's like they're doing some amazing stuff. But it's like, I almost feel like I could do a class, my little bit of experience, I almost feel like I could explain to them what they already know, okay? But to get the scoring, they're trying to do, I've seen a video where they're trying to do quarter scoring instead of, you can do a half, a +1, and a +1.5. And then you have penalties and stuff like that with all that. But I'm just talking about the pluses for the quality of the maneuver. And I think if they just got a little bit more, I'll give you an example. If you take all the maneuvers and you +1.5 all of them, let's just say there's 5 maneuvers, you get, and I don't know, I'd have to think about it, but let's say there's 5 maneuvers, +1.5 all of them, 5, 6, 7.5, 7. So then, a 70, this is perfect to talk about scoring. A 70 is a correct pattern, okay? It's not good, it's not bad, it's just what the horse is supposed to do. If it stops, no matter how long or big the stop is, if it stops correctly, backs up, does an actual rollback, they come through the middle and hit the middle. Oh my goodness. They set the camera up right in the middle, and I'm like, people are riding 5 feet from the middle. They're stopping 5 feet from the middle. I feel like if you can't do a circle and run through the middle, you should not be able to score over a 70. I don't care how many pluses you got. That total score, your total score, with all the maneuvers added together with a +1.5, you take that +1.5 for all the maneuvers, minus it off a 70, and then they have to come up to a 70 with all their pluses. That comes right off the top if it's not a complete correct pattern, because then you can just eliminate the runs that aren't complete and correct. You need to be able to score 70 to win, okay? And we could, they could still get a 69.5 in that situation and get into the top, ones, because, so many people are going to get that. So it just encouraged people to really hit the center, which I feel like at the basic level, I could do that on a good trained horse. I could come through the center. Now, I'll put money on it that I could do it. And to stop and back up in the center, I get it. They don't stop and back up in the center because when they spin the horse, they know the horse is going to move off pattern a little bit. Well, if the horse moves off pattern a little bit, then you don't get a 70. Okay? Get a different horse or train it better. I don't know. I'm saying the horse needs to stay in that spot and spin. I don't care if the front or back feet are spinning with it. I don't care if it spins like a top. I don't care how it spins as far as the back feet moving, but they can't spin 5 feet over. It's hard to do, okay? It ain't no joke. But it separates stuff, completely separates stuff. And if they would just start with that, you can't get over a 70 if you don't do a complete pattern. I started talking about that backup. I didn't ask her to move, and so I'm just putting her back. We don't need to be right on top of the... so I can move her around a little bit. But I wanted to put her back. She wants to... I got her trained to go up to that step. But the scoring, I think, could be... I feel like at the top level I'm talking about, these level 4 trainers scoring above a 70 when they didn't hit the center, I don't think you should be able to course. If you're a level 4 trainer and you don't come across the middle in the center every time, you could say 1 horse length before you get you can give them a little. But literally, your foot, if I'm coming through the center this way, my right foot, I got to throw a punch to figure out left and right. My right foot needs to be on that line minimum. And you could put a laser on it if you want to get really super. You don't really need a laser, but if you have the camera set up, you could be able to see the other cone over there, and you shouldn't be able to see it. If you're looking from one side of the arena to the other with a camera, you shouldn't be able to see the other side if they come through the middle. Their toe needs to be at the minimum. And then you could just eliminate right there. Like, let's get more serious about kicking a horse around the big circles. If you're kicking a horse in a circle the whole time, you are not riding a willingly guided horse. Okay? That's not willingly guided at all. And a lot of people do it. Okay? And there's so many nitpicking I'm talking about. I'm talking about level 4. Horses and trainers. Because I'm telling you this. I know how to do this in my head. I haven't practiced. I haven't practiced enough to do it myself as far as practicing goes. But Bill Thomas, Performance Horses, Saginaw, Michigan, he can do a big circle without kicking a horse around the circle the whole time because he gets them willingly guided. He can stop just like this and have that horse be just like... my horse does this because of him. I've learned how to get this done at the very basic level. When he stops, this is what his horses look like that he has ready to show. They do not move at all. He can do a level 4 spin on them, stop them, and this is what they do when they stop. That is willingly guided to the highest level. And that's why I want him to get on here and show you guys what it looks like, because I've seen it, so if you spin a horse at a level 4 spin, speed-wise, and you stop them, and then they stop like this and don't move, that is a plus 1.5 spin. Okay? Is that hard to do? Yeah, it's freaking hard to do. It's level 4, okay? And then when you ask them to do something, this is how they move. Soft and easy when he asks them to pick up the lope and cues them to go forward. Very soft-minded. Tail's not swishing, head's, just soft. And then he cues them to do the fast circle, and then they just do it until he cues them to slow down. And then when he cues them to slow down, they just do a slow circle. And then when he cues them to do a lead change through the middle, perfect. Stop, back up, rollbacks, all that stuff is like on a good horse, okay? I'm not talking about, I'm talking about you got to have the horse. And then, and that's where I'm watching the scoring, trying to figure out how to win, because that's how you're going to win. You got to do what the judges want you to do. And fair enough. But when I'm watching people do a rollback that's not a rollback, and I'm watching people do a fast circle, and the whole time they're doing a circle, they're kicking the horse, making it go faster, because they want to, faster. The faster you do it, the more the difficulty, and you can get a bigger score. But if you're kicking the horse to do that, I can kick a horse and get him to go. One, you just don't have a very good horse possibly, or you don't understand how to get him to do that. It could be one or the other. I'm not saying, I don't know. I haven't trained 1,000 horses. I don't know if you can get them all to do that good. So it's like, I know how to do that, but it's like, well, you got to have a horse that'll do it too. So I watch the scoring, and I'm glad I'm not a judge, and holy moly, I really appreciate what they do. But I feel like if you could I feel like this is what I feel like. This is what I'm saying out loud. I feel like if you broke down the scoring in a way that it was scored on what the horses did, you could take 100, I don't know if you could take 100% of an opinion out of it, but I think it could take, you could be up in the 90% of having it not be an opinion. Did the horse stop and stand like this? Yes or no? Did the horse start spinning from right here and stop right here? Yes or no? It's not an opinion. Is the horse standing without moving? Yes or no? Did the horse stop and spin from right here and stop right here? I don't care what the body does. I'm talking about the feet, because the horse's body could stop like this, but the feet can still be. You got to look at the feet, because the body in that going that fast, they have to kind of come back to where you stopped them. But the feet is what you need to look for. Did the horse stop right here? Because the head could stop over here, but are the feet there? Okay, let's break it down to a yes or no. Not did they stop over here and then bring their feet back one step. Yes or no? When you're doing a fast circle, did they come through the middle? Yes or no? Are they kicking the horse to make it go faster? Yes or no? Is both big fast circles the same speed? Yes or no? When they slow down, where do they slow down at? Did they get to the middle and slow down, or just a quarter? That would have to be decided upon, and you would need to know. Can you come up into the middle and a quarter, so many feet before the circle, you start your slowdown? So when you hit the actual slowdown spot, you could have that, that would have to be like explained to you where to slow your horse down at. So when you hit the middle and then you do a slow circle, yes or no? Did the horse slow down without sliding and stopping? Did the horse slow down without breaking into a sliding stop? Did they just go from a lope, fast lope, to a slow lope? Yes or no? Is the horse going around in the slow circle without being kicked on? Yes or no? When you do a sliding stop and you do your rundown, go through your gears, did it run down smoothly? Yes or no? Did it stop and stay in the ground? Yes or no? Did it roll back? Not how much of a rollback. I don't care if it rolled back a quarter of a turn or a 180 turn. Did it do a rollback? Yes or no? I don't care how much, you can plus it more on a bigger rollback, but I don't care how much of a rollback it does. Yes or no? Did it roll back or not? When you come around to do the other stop, is it willingly guided? Most of that's pretty yes or no. and then when you stop and do it, it's all, you can break all the maneuvers down to yes or no. And then after all that's done, then you can get into an opinion on a horse moving better, more athletic, a more athletic horse, a horse that just moves nicer because they're athletically built that way. Then you're going to get into some opinions, and I feel like them opinions will be greatly appreciated for breeding purposes, because they're watching thousands of horses every day. They can see the athleticism and how a horse is built. Okay, their skill level on that is, you're not really going to get better than that, because that's what they do for a living, is look at athleticism and skill level of a horse. So that opinion part is greatly appreciated for breeding purposes and picking, because I'm like, just because a horse won, I'm not like, oh, that horse won a lot, let me breed to that. I'm not that guy. I'm like, I want to see the run. I want to see if the rider was getting some pluses because he's a good guy, and I can appreciate that. You can plus me because I'm a good guy too. I'll take anything I can get. I can appreciate that, giving a guy that's good for the sport and has done a great job, giving him a little half point just because he's there every day and he's putting in the work. I'm good with that. I'm good with giving these big time reining trainers that are training these high level 4 horses a little half a point for showing up. Okay, I agree with that. They're working their butts off and showing up. I don't disagree with giving them a half point. You need to show up more. You want to get that extra half a point, be at the futurity every year with some horses. You don't got to win. You just need to show up every year and try. And then you can start getting that half a point bonus, that bonus point for being there every year and putting in the grind. Okay? I agree with an opinion on a judge seeing somebody that comes there every time and they get a perfectly trained horse and they're doing great. Give them an extra half to get them the futurity win, Don't let everybody else hog it all. But that's kind of getting off the subject of, I think that's fair, really. And, because they're there every time. They're treating their clients well and doing business right, if they can show up every year. But I got rambling about that, and I just wanted to come out here after not being around my horse for 2 days. And this stuff right here that I'm doing right now is a huge deal for me and my horse, because she's a drama queen. And I got her out. You saw everything on the video. I kind of talk about a lot of different stuff, but I'm about to be done here. I'll walk her around while I'm being done. You know what got this better? Me not riding her. See, I'm just talking, but I don't know. I didn't ride her for 2 days. Before that, I didn't ride her for a day. And then I did a lot of stuff to make her better too, but I think the days off really helped a lot. And I'm just talking to you. I'm just telling you what I did and what I'm seeing. Like, she's better. She is like she was for them 3 weeks now, right now. Like she was them 3 weeks leading up to the stop. Like if I would have, I don't know, if I'd have took 2 days off and left her alone. I did have days where one day where I wouldn't ride her. They were really spread out. But, so I can't say me yelling at her, telling her to quit being a drama queen, me doing physical things to her mind to get her to good, or if maybe just a combination of all of it. Quitting her on some good stuff, riding her a little bit, having her do really good like this and getting off her and leaving her alone. That's a combination of it. I had some good days where that happened. Had some sweaty days before that. Let's do the big test. Let's see if we can get a little trot. See? Drama queen. I never touched her with my spur. I barely asked her to go. And it's like, I wanted to kind of do that in camera. I was expecting her to be a little better than that. But you have to laugh at it I'm laughing at it because now that I've learned that's her personality and why I didn't think I was going to be able to ride her. That's kind of like telling me, because I was always like, what is it exactly that makes me not going to be able to ride this horse? Because she does all this stuff so good, like what I'm doing right now, and how, I mean, you've seen all the videos. She's never once really, I mean, she throws her head, nothing with the body, because, you know, she's not allowed to hurt me, okay? And she knows that. And I don't want to brag or talk crap, but if she does try to hurt me, it won't be on video, me correcting her. But I'm starting to ask her a little bit more to go, and she's doing her drama queen stuff right here on camera. See that? That's drama queen to the highest level, other than she don't use her body. And then look at that. So I kept asking her, and I didn't force her to do it, and I just laughed at her, and it got good. I did a little trot off there. It was, she spooked at something over there a little bit. That didn't have two separate things. That's when I talk about reading the horse. It's like that was more of a spook than a bad behavior drama queen. But I kept asking until she kept her head level, and I didn't keep asking, but I stopped, went back to it, and it's like, let's get a good trot. Drama queen. So I'm just going to go back to the walk. Now I could for sure do some things to correct that right now. I know how. I'm trying to do it. I tried different ways to do stuff. And I'm just bringing her back down, getting her mind back. This is a perfect example of me bringing a horse back down, softening them up, and then doing it again. Like I'm not going to go through. A lot of people do this. I'm going to ask. She throws her head. I stop asking. Let her bring her head back down. Start asking again. She brings her head up. Bring her head back down. Oh, big drama. So now if it goes too much, I started to get a hold of her. And so she kind of knew it was coming, and she straightened up. I'm doing some trotting. Chick. Did you see that when I said her name? Do you see how careful I'm being? So I haven't done any groundwork with her. I haven't got her moving at all. There's that neck rein right in the camera. 2 days of not touching her with the neck rein, and then really, like, so proud. It's not of me, of the horse, how good she is with this neck rein. I spent about a week. Boy, I'll tell you what, if I taught her to neck rein in the camera the first day, you guys would be watching me do it, wondering what I'm doing. Because it does not look like this when you start. When you start neck reining a horse, oh, don't do it on camera. Pulling harder. I pulled harder, and she neck reined. So like that right there was very, like, understanding what I'm trying to do, the horse being trained to do it, and then me asking her, making sure she understands what I'm asking her to do. That's why, so I talked about trying to figure out this horse training thing and how long it takes. It takes a little bit longer than I thought because, like, if I take this horse to Bill Thomas and he trains it, it's going to keep getting better when I get it to my level of better, not his level of better, but it's going to still neck rein when I get it. When I take it back, if I took it back to him, it would still neck rein. It wouldn't stop. And, like coming through the middle, how do you do a flying lead change? Well, if he trains the horse and you're coming through the middle, you stick your toe out. And then if I'm riding a horse that he trained and I stick my toe out and it doesn't do it, I understand how the brain works. So I'll get the horse to do it and it will keep doing it. Because I understand how the brain works and what to do if a horse doesn't do something. Just like I'm saying about the neck reining, if the horse doesn't neck rein when it's trained like it is now, I know how to mentally fix that with the horse so in the future it will have to neck rein. The horse won't be able to not neck rein. And that's where I'm talking, that's the deep mental perfection of a horse getting trained to do something and it having to do it. Her mom has to neck rein. She can't not neck rein, okay, because of how I ride her over the long time of her riding that I've had her. She's not allowed not to neck rein. And I know how to make them neck rein. So it's like when somebody teaches you the mind of how to do something, you have the reactive horse where you're not teaching them nothing. Then you have the drama queen like mine where I kiss, ask her to lope, she's bucking, rearing. I say, whoa, she turns and faces me, stands up, bucking but listening to me, doing what I tell her to do. Okay? That's where I was like trying to figure out why I'm not going to be able to ride this horse. And then I figured out she's a drama queen. And so now that I've understood that, I can kind of laugh at this whole thing now. I'm doing like 5 or 6 steps to tighten the saddle up now, putting a little bit of mental work into her when I bridle her, just doing understanding how the mind works and how when Bill gets the horse, he's going to have a great time training her because he's going to be able to put pressure on her when he needs to, just to teach her. And his timing and his pressure and release of pressure is so perfect that he'll be able to do stuff way faster than me and perfect. And it's not going to take him long to get her taught how to do maneuvers. And then with what I'm doing with her mind, it's really going to be able to go forward fast. And then him just understanding she's a drama queen. Hopefully we'll get the drama queen stuff. I got the drama queen stuff worked out pretty good on the groundwork to where it's like, okay, it does go away. And then I've been riding her for 2 months and she come up with this drama queen stuff here. If he was riding her, that'd be done, completely gone by now. I'm not training horses for a customer. I don't need it to be gone right away. I'm not getting paid to do something. I'm just riding my horse. He's getting paid to do something. He needs to get it done. And he needs to get paid a lot more money for getting stuff like this done as fast as he does. But then when he hands the horse back, you're going to have to get lessons on riding them and then just bringing them there and tuning them back up for you. I mean, really, if you get a horse from him that's really good, a good trained horse, all you ever need to do is come and just, go there and give him $100 to ride your horse for 20 minutes if there's one spot. And then it'll be fixed for a long time. It's really kind of a blessing to have gotten, now that I think about how he trains horses, how their minds work, how good he is. If you buy a horse from him that's trained, and then you take it home and you have any problems with it, it'll be so easy for you to bring it back to him and him to fix it. And I've seen him do this with people. They win all the time. He picks them a horse, he trains them a little bit for them, and they go show, and they win. But they get a good horse, and they're a good rider too, so it works out. But understanding how the brain works, training a horse to be like this, 2-year-olds are like, oh my God, I'm not trying to start a 2-year-old. Well, this horse, I didn't think I was going to be able to ride her, and she's done nothing but been perfect, other than, her drama queen stuff, tightening the saddle, trying to put the bridle on her, throwing her head when I ask her to go forward. But as far as from the neck back, we got nothing. No drama. And because she's not allowed to do that. I'm just saying, I don't want to get down. I'm going to get off on the, this just gives me something to do, to get down off the mounting block. It's kind of like coming up to the gate and stuff like that. Putting the horse in the exact spot to get down, it helps move him around a little bit. And then with her, I didn't really touch her. She kind of knows where to go, because I've just done this a couple times with her. And so she kind of just did that all on her own. I pointed her in the direction to go, and she did it. And that's just how good they get when you understand how the mind works. And oh man, it's like you can't get the horse not to come up to the step after you teach them. They'll just do it. I'm telling you, somebody that's never had a horse before could climb up on this step. Not with her, not right now. I don't have her trained like that, but I've done it. A person that's never been around a horse before in their life, with a trained horse to do this, could come up on this step and get them to do this because they have to, because of how their brain works. They can't not do it. And that's why I didn't put it on her until I got the groundwork done. Because when I ask her to go around the corner, I don't want her coming up to me and putting her hip towards me and me thinking she's going to kick me. Because that happened to me. I got a horse doing this so good, and then I forgot I taught the horse to do it. I asked it to go, and it moved its hip over and come up to me, and I'm like, I thought the horse was going to kick me. And then I realized what it was doing was trying to come up to me like it was trained to do. And I freaked out and thought the horse was trying to kick me because they bring their hip to you. And see, now I just had the most successful, perfect ride on my horse. I neck reined her. She did it like a trained, you can't even get it any better. She walked around good. Everything was good except for going into the trot. And it don't matter to me. That's just drama queen stuff. Now that I've realized she's a drama queen, that stuff don't even matter. It'll go away. Whoops. And yeah, it's not a big deal. Perfectly trained 2-year-old. Lay down. She's gonna lay down. She's 100% gonna lay down after I got off her. But that's okay. She can do whatever she wants when I get off her. Oh, yeah. That was a pretty good video. Talked about a lot of good stuff. It's kind of long, but whatever. I'm a talk show. Peace out.